remember just the other day, I had a big family gathering. It was like one of my baby cousin's birthday, and we had to drive all the way to their parents' house. It's like a 1 hour drive. I really couldn't be bothered going to this family gathering, I can't lie. It was just an energy thing. I had no energy because, fun fact about my family, I'm actually the oldest or one of the oldest cousins in my family. I have a couple, like two or three cousins my age, and then everybody else is basically just starting high school. There's a big gap in between. So, I'll be talking to my friends or like just random people. They'll be talking about, oh, I have my older cousins who are like 30, 25 years old. They're getting married, they're buying the houses, they're buying the cars, they're starting to get good in their careers, starting to get real high level jobs. I am that cousin in my family. I don't really have anybody to look up to like that. And besides the couple of cousins that who are my age, who I can relate to, everybody else is basically just starting off high school very right now, like year 7, and then everyone else is younger. I have a couple cousins who are like a couple months old even, and I can't really relate to these guys. I'm basically a glorified babysitter whenever I go to these family gatherings. This time I could not be bothered, but I still went, obviously, because it's family. You don't say no to family, or I don't at least, because I care about my family. And when I finally reached there, there's this big game room that they have specifically made for the kids. They have like a pool table, and then you can put boards on top of the pool table. It becomes table tennis. They had one of those soccer games with the table, and then there's those rods in between the little soccer players that you can turn, and then there's the ball you have to kick around. We had one of those. We had Monopoly, we had air hockey. So we had a bunch of games, and I really could not be bothered. I had no energy. So you know what I did? I sat down on the couch and I literally watched I don't know if you know this, the new Mighty Mouse video. It was Mighty Mouse. He went to Dagestan and he was training with Khabib Islam, all those Dagestani fighters, those champions. I was watching that video. I was sitting on the couch while all my other cousins were having a good time, and they'll tell me like, Isa, please come play with us, and I'll be like, I can't be bothered, because they, even though they are young, we kind of have a good relationship. We're very friendly with each other. We're pretty much brothers and sisters, even though we have that big age gap. And I realized I kind of just sat there after like 30 minutes of just watching this YouTube video on my phone. I had a moment of self-reflection of how big of a loser I was. My cousins were out here, not on their phones. They don't have phones, they're too young, but they can like take their parents' phones and then use them. But none of them were doing that. They were just enjoying the moment. Obviously they're kids, right? So they're not like me. I'm the veteran of the family who's like, oh, those are my wild old days, guys. I can't be doing all this no more. And I was just sitting on the couch, but I felt like such a loser because all my family's here gathered, traveling from all across the state to come here for this one night, and I'm just sitting here like a loser. I just had this moment of self-reflection of what a big degenerate I was. I was pretty much back to the guy I used to be, the video gaming degenerate, but now I was doing it publicly in front of my family, and I felt like such a big loser. So much so, I put my phone away and I started playing with these little guys. I started playing tennis table with them, the little soccer game, air hockey. I had a lot of fun, I can't lie. I was destroying all of them, obviously, because I'm like double their height, triple their height, triple their weight. Obviously I was beating them, but we had such a fun time, even though they were such little kids. And I thought to myself, oh, I don't have the energy for this. I don't really want to be doing this right now. I'd rather just be home working on a YouTube video, or even just drawing, or even just mindlessly watching YouTube videos. But instead, I did what I didn't want to do, which was play with my family. Insane, right? I didn't want to have fun with my family. That's so crazy to say, right? But that's the truth for most of us. We don't spend time with our families, and we try and look for all these other stuff that we think will bring us joy. But I had so much fun playing with these guys that I'm making this YouTube video about it. I had that much fun. Just think about that. I could have just let the story be in the locker and not really talk about it. Maybe talk about it in another YouTube video. But no, this is literally days after I had this family gathering, and I realized how, I guess, important this was, that I'm making a YouTube video about it. So if you don't believe me, just take that as a sign. I'm making a YouTube video about it. Spend more time with your family. Yeah. A lot of us, the classic story of, You know, the cliche that money doesn't make you happy, that once you make all the money, you realize the money is worthless, and the real thing that was valuable all along was the relationships with the friends, with your family, with your comrades, with your work partners, with your business partners. That's what matters in the end. That cliche is so true. Even me, Brooke, right now, I had so much fun playing with them, and I wish I realized that sooner. Now I'm gonna try and spend more time with my family because I like my family. Obviously, I guess not everyone has the blessing of a family, and other people, they don't have a good family. And don't cope and say that you have a bad family. Maybe you are just a bad family member. Maybe think about that. So maybe you're just a bad family member, but maybe genuinely you have like you have like alcoholics in your family, like drug dealers, drug users in your family. You don't really want to be associated with them. Okay, that's fine, but try and find that group of people that you can always go to no matter what, and you can just have fun with them, and that you can unwind, and all the stresses you had about life, all the things that were pressuring you, that were on your mind, they just slowly dissolve, and you're super present in the moment, enjoying yourself. I'll tell you what, those moments where you enjoy yourself, they really motivate you. All of a sudden, you're going to be much more prepared to face the work, face the pressure, face the stresses you are having in your life, because you know you have this backbone behind you. So spend more time with your family. Take this as a sign. Your family matters, and you do not realize how much fun you'll have with just the people you hang out with every day.